I often get asked by people, I hate body corporate. I really, really hate body corporate. But lots of times, if we're going to get into the market, we don't really want to get in at the top end. House and land will historically return you maybe 1% to 2% higher in return. But also keep in mind a house and land on a 600 square metre block, which is becoming rare, but you've still got to have the lawns mowed. A tenant, it'll be too hot, too cold, too nice, or whatever to mow lawns. You can generally drive around a suburb and pick out the tenanted house and land packages. It doesn't mean that you won't get tenants that'll look after it, but your holding costs might be a little bit higher, which reduces that. Body corporate, people get teed off with body corporate, but body corporate can be a set and forget. The biggest problem that I have with body corporate can come from the actual builder or developer who puts a real low body corporate fee in the funding, so that you have to pay all the time. But we deal with developers that build a realistic management fund, so that the sinking fund will actually replace the fences in 10 years' time. The sinking fund will actually pay for the outsides to be repainted. The on-site manager, if you've got one, is even better, because they will maintain a certain level of conduct in the place. They won't let cars be parked on lawns. They'll make sure that the rubbish bins are pulled in and out. So body corporate has its advantages, and all of that stuff is tax deductible. The same, but don't get confused between not wanting to do, I only want house and land, I don't want body corporate. But if you can have a mixture of both. And when we get house and land, when I drive around to some of the estates, I see some house and land that are being offered to investors, and I really don't think I'd want to buy them myself. We still need curb appeal. We see houses that if someone had a Falcon, you could drive it into the garage, but you'd have a bit of trouble getting out. So larger cars aren't. You need a house with curb appeal, and if it's got a double garage, we want a double garage that actually works. If we go to body corporate and it's two-storey, it might be half a duplex, for example, you really want an ensuite, you want a main bathroom, and you need a toilet facility downstairs. It's just a WC and a hand basin, so that if you do have guests over or your tenants have guests, all of a sudden people aren't trudging up and downstairs going to bathrooms. Just little things, but they're really important things. So body corporate has got its uses and its purposes, and a lot of the places with body corporates, your entry cost is lower than house and land. So make sure that you really think about what you want in body corporate versus house and land. I hope that the information you've just received has given you more questions than answers, and that's what I do. We educate you to make sure that you understand the whole process. After all, it's your money, and by giving you all the education and all the tools, completely free of obligation, I believe that you'll want to do business with us. So why don't you give us a call, pick up the phone, or send us an email, and we'll take care of all of your questions, completely obligation free.